Hi, my name is Christopher Palaha, and I would like to welcome you to the third annual Goats Photo Gallery event presented by Oaks Christian High School Visual Storytelling class. Welcome. The Goats Photo Gallery event is the result of some amazing, resilient, and selfless students that are using their photography to help change the world for good. For the past 2 years, these students have displayed their photographic work in a professional art gallery and have sold their photos with the proceeds going to help a women's empowerment project in Kenya. The students' efforts have provided 156 goats for a community to help raise them out of poverty. This past February, the students went on a photo assignment to Kenya to see firsthand the impact that these goats have had on the lives of these hardworking women. A student film crew joined the photographers on the Africa trip, and the following is a short film that will give you a glimpse into the lives of some amazing Kenyan women, not to mention some pretty cute goats. Enjoy.
What I really wanted to do is build up communities of groups of students that would be able to make a difference in the world with their photography. And they had a vision to help a community just get out of poverty somehow. And they chose to be able to give goats to a community. And they came up with an acronym, GOATS, Giving Others Ability to Succeed.
Earned enough money for 156 goats for a community in Kenya. Well, now we're here. And we get to see firsthand the impact that these goats have made on this community.
It's really rewarding seeing this in person because I think someone my age would never be able to have this opportunity. It reminds me that I have a purpose.
It's an opportunity that I could never imagine. I think the most important thing that you can do in life is help other people, and this is such a great way that I can use my gifts and talents to really make a difference. It's something I can't even describe how amazing it is. I had no idea how much interaction I would get to have with these people and how much I would get to learn just about their lives.
There was this one mama that talked about the hardest thing for her in her life was when her family just did not have food. No food. And so they had to That was 3 years ago. And after 3 years of raising goats, that's not a problem anymore, and she's hopeful for life.
Before having the goat, life was very challenging, which is for now I have got. Life has been much easier since I get to have extra cash to support my kids for their education, and also use the extra cash to host in case I have any events in my family. I can now slaughter a goat and get to host the guest that comes to my home. After getting the goats, life has become much easier, and now I'm happy and having hope that I can now overcome different challenges that used to face us.
Yeah, I really had no idea the impact that goats had on a community and how valuable they were to them. And when you give 156 goats and they start multiplying for 3 years, and you see all these herds, and you have these communities of women that it's expanding and it's getting their families out of poverty.
My biggest dream and hope for my kids is that they get education and use that education to help the community. With the extra money that we get from the women program, we invested like buying the water tanks for the mamas, and also we used the same money to invest in farming activities that we work along with.
Health, money for going to the doctor, it's just unbelievable the impact that this has. It's way bigger than I ever imagined. And to see such a huge difference in a person's life makes a real big impact on me, and I know it did on the students.
Since this year's gallery event was canceled due to COVID-19 and all classes were taught virtually, The class decided to build a website so they could sell images to anyone around the world any time of day. You can go and visit this site at goatsphotogallery.com, and all proceeds will go to help Kenyan women get through this trying time as COVID-19 cases have recently increased by 41% in Kenya. Sit back and enjoy the images from the 2020 Goats Photo Gallery, shot entirely by students from Oaks Christian High School. And consider adding some of this art to your own walls.
Hi, we are 507.
We are 507.
We're a coffee bar that also serves as an art gallery and music venue. We've been lucky enough to partner with Oaks Christian's visual storytelling class in support of We Charity.
Last year was a great experience, raising thousands of dollars to supply goats to a small developing community in Kenya.
We're bummed we couldn't do the event this year because of COVID.
But we send love to the visual storytelling class and we look forward to partnering with you all in the future.
Thanks.
Thanks!
Thanks. Thanks.
Now I'd like you to hear from the co-founder of the We organization and hear about the high school students who travel to the Amazon River and to Kenya to participate in service projects and photo assignments to support the isolated communities that We serves in some of the most remote parts of the world. That is the real purpose of this event. It is an effort that these students have come to care about deeply.
Hi to the staff and the students, family and friends from Oaks Christian High School. For those of you who haven't met yet, my name is Craig Kilberger. I'm the co-founder of the We organization, and our charity is very grateful for the extraordinary support that you've all provided to help with international relief and development efforts. Now, I first want to say special thank you to the visual storytelling class. Your incredible actions, the fundraisers, and your work led to 156 goats. And I really wanted to get that number right because every goat is transforming a family. So that's 156 families, provided the alternative income to help lift their families out of poverty, to provide the support at a very critical time around the world for sustainable development. Now, I know that Kenya is the part of the world close to a lot of your hearts, particularly those in February who joined us on a service trip to see how your impact is directly changing lives. Now, those communities look very different from when you were with us in February. Now we've had the schools that are temporarily closed. All of our dorms and our secondary schools and colleges have been converted into a medical response area. The tents you stayed at would now be hosting people who are seeking treatment with COVID-19, and the cars that you traveled in are now makeshift for community mobilization and public health. And that's why your support is so critical, because what you're doing is not only providing sustainable development, but it's providing a global humanitarian lifeline at a time where a lot of needs are local. And so I say this as someone who recognizes that, but we can't forget the global. We can't forget those around the world who don't have multi-billion-dollar government bailouts, and those who can't social distance and they can't get food delivered to their home in convenient ways. People who face absolute poverty in the best of circumstances, and this is even more challenging. And so I'm incredibly grateful to all of you for holding your collective sense of compassion and your collective sense of humanity, and for reaching out at a time that is very difficult for many in the world, but making it a little bit easier. And for that, on behalf of all of us at the We Organization, you have our deepest gratitude.
During this time of quarantine, the visual storytelling class weren't the only ones busy finding new ways to do something positive for the world. 2 other students from the Oaks Christian Institute of Arts and Innovation were inspired to take part in a 24-hour songwriting challenge. What they created is a beautiful song about hope in our world, and their classmates in the visual storytelling class decided to add some images of frontline workers that are a part of the Oaks Christian community. Here are Asher and Coco with their original song, Hope.
Choose to run and then those who flee. But I'm trapped in my own and I'm afraid. I'm going home, I'm going away.
No, we cannot get back, no, we cannot get back whatever we lost. No, we gotta fight back, yeah, we gotta fight back no matter the cost. But listen, we're at an all-time low, nowhere to go, so let us love each other, hold on to hope, on hope, on hope. Oh, listen to my melody, I've been working so hard, I forgot to breathe, all around me is a cloud coming over me, you could look into my eyes and I wouldn't see, oh, I've been losing sight of truth. All I wanna know is what I should be looking to, because the world is kinda dark right now. Oh, you tell me to hope while blind, well, how? Oh, we gotta have hope, don't have no control, but listen, we're at an all-time low, nowhere to go, so let us love each other, hold on to hope. On hope, 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 on hope. Don't have no control, but listen, we're at an all-time low, nowhere to go, so let us love each other, hold on to hope, on hope, on hope.
Thank you for taking this journey with us. I hope that you enjoyed seeing the beautiful artwork and hearing the amazing stories and music from some of these inspired young people. Our hope is that you will better understand this community that they are so inspired to help. And even more to the point, our hope is that you will join them. Add some color to your walls. Visit www.goatsphotogallery.com and buy some artwork. Go beyond your house, go beyond your neighborhood, your city, even your state, your country, and help these women who are in need by giving them a hand up, not a handout. You can brighten the corner where you are, and in the process, you can brighten the world. Thank you so much for taking the time with us today. Be well.